Hola, soy yo Vicky otra vez. It's me, Vicky, again. And in today's video, en el video de hoy, voy a hablar de vocabulario de la escuela. I'm going to talk about school vocabulary because, of course, it's nearly September, so a lot of you will be going back to school, or you'll have children who are going back to school. I want to say a little shout out for Olesa. If you're watching, I hope your daughter enjoys the new school that she's going to soon. So yeah, I thought I'd do a video talking about school vocabulary. Something else that I want to just say before I start, because I always forget, I want to thank everybody who has bought me a coffee, because for YouTube, I don't get paid for doing YouTube. I don't mind. I enjoy doing the YouTube. I hope people get something out of it. Although YouTube are a bit sneaky because they have started putting adverts on my videos, but I am not a YouTube partner yet. I don't have enough watch hours. I have enough subscribers, thank you so much, but I don't have enough watch hours yet to monetize, what they call monetize, where I think they pay you a very small amount per video. But they have started putting video adverts on my videos, so anyway, I can't argue with YouTube, you know. It's like trying to argue with a big concern like that. You can't. But one way you can help me, if you don't do classes with me, well, of course you can buy the books. I mean, the books, the break the language barrier level 1, 2, 3 and 4, you can always buy to study at home. My YouTube videos are not conditional on you buying the books, like the one today is vocabulary. I do, the next one I'll be doing is idioms. So they're not all, you know, conditional on my videos. You don't need the book for my videos. Just it's a way you can help support me, I suppose, if you like, in teaching Spanish. So yeah, the YouTube videos, they take quite a lot of work to do, believe it or not. Maybe they don't look organised, but they are. And one way you can help out, apart from the free ways, so don't forget the free ways. The thumbs up really help. The subscribing really helps. The more videos you watch, you know, there's quite a lot of videos on there now, so the more watch time I get. These are all free ways you can help my channel. But there is a facility where you can buy me a coffee, which I always forget to mention. I think I probably mentioned it when I first put it on, but somebody bought me a few coffees recently. I want to say thank you to that person. I don't like to mention them because they might not want to be mentioned, but thank you so much. And yeah, and everybody who has bought me a coffee since I started doing this facility. So this is a Starbucks coffee. You know, it's a $5 coffee. Normally it's down in the link. You go in and you buy me a coffee. And it just helps support the channel. I'm also really considering a Patreon part of this channel, where maybe I do some, a Patreon is a channel that you do pay towards a little bit, maybe, I don't know, €3-4 a month. And then to be a Patreon, in other words, a special member of my channel, I was thinking, well, obviously, you know, I want to offer something special for people to come into the Patreon channel. And an idea that I'm thinking of is maybe offering a free class every week. You know, a free group class, if you like, where people can speak to me live, ask me questions. You know, I can go through any problems or doubts they've got with any of the work. So I'm thinking about it. Let me know what you think. If it's something you think you would be interested in for, I don't know, $3-4 a month. One session a week where we could have like a live chat, if you like, about Spanish and about problems and English. No, it'd probably be better I did a separate one for the questions on English, or maybe not, because maybe it's a chance where you might find a Spanish speaker who's trying to learn English, because, you know, I have a lot of watchers of my videos that are Spanish speakers learning English. And, maybe that's a way that people could do some sort of intercambio, an interchange of languages. So I'm going to put my thinking cap on about that. Please let me know any thoughts you have, any ideas you have. I'm always open to ideas. But let's get back to today's video. So we're looking at the vocabulary of the school, because as I say, you may be going back to school, your children may be going back to school. So it's handy to learn some vocabulary specifically based around school and education. Okay, so numero uno is actual school itself, which is la escuela. So la escuela could be any kind of school. Could be my kind of school, like just an academy. It could be a junior school, high school, etc. It's not a specific type of school, it's just school in general. And just the same as we do in English, then there are different types of school, which we're going to look at next. So school in general is la escuela, any kind of school. Now, if we're talking specifically about junior school, then we would say el colegio. El colegio is junior school. So this is where your children will go from, I think it's 5 to 11. Just the same in the UK, I believe, or probably most countries. But in Spain, it's el colegio, or you will hear it called for short, cole. El cole. So el colegio or cole is junior school. Then the dreaded time arrives when they have to go to the high school, which is when I personally think it all goes wrong. High school, which is el instituto. I think that's an appropriate name, especially in Spain. It just my personal experiences of el instituto with my son weren't really positive ones. Let me know how you've got on with your children at Instituto, or maybe you're at the Instituto yourself. I don't really like the education system in Spain after colegio. Colegio is brilliant, but high school, el Instituto, not so sure. But anyway, that's what it's called. Then once you get to school, you will go in the classroom, of course. I've got two words here for classroom. We've got, and it's quite ironic really, because la clase is feminine, but it ends in E, la clase, and el aula, which ends in A, is actually masculine. So that's it's quite strange, isn't it? But anyway, as you know, masculine, feminine, they don't really have any rhyme or reason. Some things do, but there's a lot that don't. So we can't stress over the reasons why something's masculine or feminine. There probably is no reason. So the classroom is either la clase or el aula. Then the teacher will write on the whiteboard, which is la pizarra blanca. Yeah, if you want to say blackboard, I think you just say pizarra. You could say pizarra negra, but I don't know if you really would say that. I think la pizarra is a blackboard, and la pizarra blanca is a whiteboard, which of course are more popular these days. I personally am allergic to chalk. I discovered that when I first started teaching in Torrevieja in an academy that did have a blackboard in the particular classroom I was in. And I realised I actually have got an allergy to chalk. So anyway, never use a blackboard now. We always use a whiteboard, a pizarra blanca. And you will sit at your desk. In other words, at your escritorio. So desk is el escritorio, which is the thing you write on. Well, you can see that, can't you? Escribir is to write, escritorio. And at your desk, you will sit at your chair, which is silla, la silla, feminine. Probably most of you maybe know that, even if you're beginners, that chair is silla, because it's something that comes up early on. This is something that I wanted to check, because your school bag, now, we tend to take like a little rucksack, don't we, to school, or our children do, and it's quite interesting because when they're very little, they take those little suitcases, like little flight bags on wheels, and they love their little they love their little bags, and they go off all important, with their little bags and it's lovely that their first days at school. And then as time goes on and they get older, they don't want one of those, because that's like what little children use. And so they want to take a normal rucksack with that, but I think they soon think, oh my God, why did I say I wanted a rucksack? Because I had a feeling about that. Why did I want a rucksack? Because actually it's really heavy, because they have to take, sorry about this. I say I'm prepared. I am really. But there was just something that came before and I meant to check it and I forgot. Yeah, they have to take these rucksacks. They have so many books, especially when they get into high school, instituto. It's like, but oh no, they don't want the little bag with wheels anymore. They want to take a rucksack because they want to be all grown up. But I think as time goes on, they probably wish they would have stuck with the little bag with wheels. And that in Spanish is a mochila. It's only one L. That's what I was checking. I had it in my head that it was two L's. It's not. It's la mochila, not mochilla. So it's one L, la mochila. I'm still saying it. La mochila. Yeah, and that is either the little one that they wheel around, or the one that they put on the back when they go to high school. It's funny, isn't it? Because every year it's like they're growing up more and more every year, and little things change. When if your children go to school in Spain, you'll know what I mean. They start off with their little bags that they put their 11s in, and you have to sew their name on the front, and it's all really quite sweet. And then of course, as time goes on and they get older, they don't want all those baby things, but the best times are, I think, when they're young. But anyway, so they will need to put in the mochila their books or their libros. Lots of books. Even the little children seem to need lots of books, and they have to carry them to school, as I was saying, which gets quite difficult as they get older and they stop using the little mochila with wheels. But also for you parents out there, especially if you've got more than one child, mucho dinero, los libros, very expensive. It's, I just remember just a trauma every year to try and get the money together for the books. At least 200 euros, at least for one child. So yeah, if you've got two children, you're looking at 400 euros. 3 children, 600 euros just for the books. Then you have to buy they normally give you a list of all the things you have to take, which is paper and obviously pens and felt tips, etc. So it's quite expensive. September's an expensive time. Now they did do grants. I don't know if they still do. I expect they do. You mummies out there who've got young children probably know better than me. Might be interesting, if you've got some knowledge of that, to put that in the comments box for other mums and dads in case they're not sure what the situation is of how to apply for a grant, because it does make a big difference to families if they can get some kind of money off those expensive books. Okay, and another thing you'll need, or your child will need, or you'll need if you're coming to do Spanish classes, is a pad, or el cuaderno. El cuaderno is a pad. Something you'll notice, the pads I have for sale here are chosen carefully because they're lined, because the cuadernos that they use at school, they're the ones with the little squares. I think that's something to do with the way they expect them to write, because of course you're expected to write in a certain way at school. And I think it's to do with that and how you get the letters in the boxes, and everyone in the early stages of education in Spain is expected to write the same. And then as they get older, I think they can go more to free expression. To me, I can't stand the boxes. I like cuadernos con líneas, cuadernos with lines. And then, of course, a follow-on for that, you need paper, el papel. Hojas, as they call them, sheets of paper. You probably, when you get your list of things that you have to take to school or give your children to take to school, there'll be hojas, yeah, sheets of paper. They will, of course, need el lápiz, a pencil, at least one, if not more. And notice where the accent is. So it's not lápiz, it's lápiz. The stress is on the first syllable, lápiz. And then they might need some coloured pencils, lápices de colores. They normally need a box of those as well, lápices de colores. And probably also, número 14, a pencil sharpener, el sacapuntas. So they will more likely than not need a sacapuntas también. Of course, they will need a pen or bolígrafo in Spanish. Again, notice where the accent is on the I in the middle. Bolígrafo, not bolígrafo. And you can avoid that completely and just say bolly. That's probably, bolly is the shortened version of bolígrafo, so probably easier to say bolly. Then they will need, of course, número 16, goma, una goma. They'll need a rubber, an eraser. I put that there because that's the American version, but it is la goma en español. They will need a pair of scissors, las tijeras. So, las tijeras. At the end, I'm going to go back through the pronunciation of everything and maybe you can repeat back the words. And if they need glue, that would be la cola. 2 words we've got here, la cola, or which also means Q, of course, remember. But another word that doesn't mean Q as well, so it might be the best word to remember because it hasn't got dual meaning, is el pegamento. Glue is also glue. Pegar is the verb to stick. So pegamento is glue. They will need definitely a ruler. 19 is ruler, which is la regla. That's got a dual meaning as well. I'm not going to go into it here because you might be watching this with your children. It's nothing terrible or anything. It's just something that is not for children, that's all. Okay, número 20, stapler, which is la grapadora. I really like this word because grapar is to staple and la grapadora is the thing that staples. So yeah, I quite like that word. Then all this that you've bought for them or for yourself, if it's you going back to school, college, university, wherever you're going, or just for private lessons like with us here at El Príncipe Centre, you'll need to put them all in your estuche, in your pencil case. That's masculine, el estuche. Again, I like that word, estuche. And something, quite a difficult word, I think, for my students, because I always say, oh, has hecho los deberes? And they always look at me a bit quizzically. I think it's because in English, homework, so you think of casa trabajo, but in Spanish, it's los deberes. Homework is los deberes. If you've got little ones and they're going off, and if they're in Spain and they're going off to school, they'll need to take their little bag with their almuerzo. So almuerzo is a little snack that they have at 11 o'clock. and they normally encourage you to put them a yogurt in their piece of fruit, maybe a sandwich, something, and that's their almuerzo that they have to have every day before they go for lunch later, which is la comida, but they need a little mid-morning snack to keep their energy up. And you will take them to the gate and they will normally have to wait in la fila. So that was lovely. You watch them all queuing up in their little filas, a different one for each class. And then they go in, normally start with the little ones first, and then, so that's quite interesting. So when the first year you take them and yours is your child is they're the new ones, and they go in first in la fila, and then of course as time goes on they move along, until eventually they're the last ones going in. So the line, if you like, is la fila. And finally, for the one word we have for teacher, we have quite a few different words in Spanish. So it could be el profesor, could be la profesora, feminine, or for short they say profe, and that could be el profe or la profe. And then junior school teachers are maestros, so el maestro or la maestra. So all those different words for teacher in Spanish. Okay, let's go through them one more time just to check the pronunciation. La escuela. You repeat. La escuela. El colegio. El instituto. La clase. El aula. La pizarra blanca. El escritorio. La silla. El mochila. It'd be la, yeah. La mochila. I seem to have a total mental block with this word. I can't get it right. Strange. El libro. El cuaderno. El papel. El lápiz. Lápices de colores. El sacapuntas. El bolígrafo o boli. La goma. Las tijeras. La cola o el pegamento. La regla. la grapadora, el estuche, los deberes, el almuerzo, la fila, and finally, el profesor, la profesora, el profe, la profe, el maestro, la maestra. So, quite a lot there. If you want to say, I think probably the easiest one is professor or profe. Let's stick with profe. I'm all in favour of using the easiest option. Okay, so that's it. So that's the vocabulario de la escuela. Hope all goes well with whether it's you returning to school or going, as I say, to learn Spanish in a private school like this one, or going back to high school, or your children going back. Good luck, because school is difficult. I think all school is difficult. I personally, I like studying, but it's not everyone's cup of tea. Yeah, that's it. So, muchas gracias por mirar. So yeah, please, if you want to, I don't want to feel like putting you under pressure to do these things. If you want to, if you found the video useful, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. That's a free way you can help me. If you haven't subscribed so far and you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe. Again, another free way you can help out my channel. If you feel inclined, please buy me a Starbucks coffee. I mean, it's not Starbucks. I'm saying that because it's $5 is quite a lot for a coffee, especially if you live in Spain. It's only about €1, €1.50, something like that. But yeah, if you feel inclined to buy me a coffee, thank you so much. Everything is appreciated. Any support that I get from my channel, and I just really hope that it helps you to learn Spanish. That is really what it is about. There was something else. Oh yeah, let me know what you think about the Patreon channel, with maybe an hour a week where people can come on and ask questions. But you know, I can do a live video where people can ask questions, etc. I can answer any language questions they have. It's something that's sort of knocking around in my head, and I just need to get it organised, really. Yeah, don't forget, if you want to learn Spanish at home, you can buy the Break the Language Barrier books. If you want to know your level, you can ask me, or there is a video actually on this channel telling you how to get the best out of the books and using my channel. But it's easier just to drop me a comment and I will point you in the right direction. So, aquí estamos, casi en septiembre. Here we are, nearly in September. Que tu Dios vaya contigo y te veo muy pronto en el próximo video. Muchísimas gracias. Hasta luego.